My name's Gani Mendoza. I just had to record this already because I thought I recorded when I did it. Um, I'm gonna react to pretty soon to my DNA results from AncestryDNA. My sister bought it 3 months ago, but I procrastinated and I didn't do it until recently. So I'm Mexican, right? My parents are from Puebla. My dad is from a small village, and my mom comes from the city, but her grandparents are come from a small town in Oaxaca, both of which are states in the south of Mexico. Um, right. So I'm really scared. I'm nervous, excited for whatever my results may be. Uh, and you know, there's two things that I want to discuss before I even actually react. One is more of a philosophical thing. One is on blood quantum. And the philosophical thing is like I know that some of my friends may have tried to console me that no matter what my results are, they might say, "Oh, this doesn't define you, right? You're more than just your DNA results." And I think that it does define me. It literally does. It defines my genetic makeup, genetically, completely, biologically, who I am. And but at the same time, I while I think it does define me, I don't think it is the only definition, right? I think that we are defined by our mistakes, by our highs and lows of our life. It's just we're comprised of different definitions, right? When I was a little kid, I tripped and got scars on my knees that I have to this day, um, and it defines me, right? But it's not the only definition to who I am. There's more to the story, right? Uh, and so, regardless of what it is, uh, of what my results are, it doesn't tell the full story of who I am. And secondly, blood quantum. I think this is like the most important thing that I want to get across before I even react to my results. Um, because blood quantum, blood quantum, for those of you who may not know, it's essentially how much native DNA you have. And blood quantum is a very dangerous tool. It's very hurtful in the ways that it's been used. On a smaller personal scale, blood quantum can sort of shatter someone's identity and someone's self-esteem on who they are, um, right? Because you could be 25% native, right? Your blood may only be a quarter native, yet you may have grown up with your tribe, surrounded by your culture, knowing your ancestors' language, your customs, your traditions, right? And then someone might say that you're not native enough simply because of your blood. Well, on the other hand, someone can be 85% of native blood and yet not know any of their culture. They won't know what tribe they descend from, the languages of their ancestors. They can't speak it, and in fact, because of a colonial mindset, they might very much hate Indian blood. They might consider it dirty blood, as many people, as many mestizos, quote unquote, do. Because of this colonial mindset, and that's because of that. On that smaller scale, it's very dangerous. On a larger scale, blood quantum can create this rhetoric of the vanishing Indian, because if no one is if very few people, if anyone at all, right, what people might say, is fully indigenous, if there's very few people, if anyone at all, with 100% native DNA, and there are no real natives, right? It creates that rhetoric, which can be very dangerous, and it is used to advance genocide. It is used to justify um, any sort of oppression of native peoples, right? And so that's why I think blood quantum is a very, very dangerous, it's a very controversial thing, and that people just can't be defined by that. Um, and personally, I think that native DNA, like how much native DNA you have, is not the only defining factor. It is one of the factors, but it's not the only factor when it comes to indigeneity of how native you are. To me, I think that you have to be willing to decolonize, right? If you are lucky enough, right, to be able to trace your roots, to be able to trace what tribe you come from, I think you have to be willing to educate yourself on the culture, the language, educate yourself on native issues, not just of your tribe, but of other tribes on Turtle Island and this entire continent that is now referred to as North, South, and Central America, right? And just native peoples around the world, right? You have to be willing to fight for indigenous rights, indigenous peoples. You have to be willing to educate yourself and know what's going on. And I think that's what truly defines your nativeness, right? Are you willing to learn all that? Right? And right, so that's what I wanted to do with blood quantum, and I think right now, yeah, I'm gonna actually look at these results. and see what the hell I am. I think it's holy shit. Oh my god. It's everything I wanted to be. Uh, but holy shit, the actual DNA. I'm 91% native. I'm 91% native. Holy shit. My Spanish DNA, the fucking colonizer DNA, it's 6%. Only 6%. I have 2% from Cameroon, Congo, and southern Bantu peoples, and 1% from Greece and the Balkans. Holy crap. Um, wow, dude. You know, I'm I'm I got the best thing that I could have wanted. 91% native. I was very scared that, like, I was very scared that, that maybe, because I wear native jewelry. I have a shirt that says phenomenally indigenous, and I wear it with pride. I always have. But knowing that I can actually say that it is very much true. Holy shit. Um, I came in expecting, like, I knew I was gonna have some Spanish DNA, like that's just logic. Um, but to only have it be 6%, like I kind of want to cry right now, of like happiness, but it's always been hard for me to cry. I don't know why. Like as much as I want to, like, it doesn't physically come out. Um, but holy shit, I am. I'm just still in shock. Uh, yeah. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think it is able to tell me specifically any tribes. I guess that's just what I'm gonna have to find out on my own. But knowing that I am indigenous, without a doubt, I am an indigenous person. That's uh, that's insane, right? So ultimately, I'm incredibly happy with my results. Like incredibly happy. It's as like I said, it's everything I wanted to be. Like I always knew I was native, regardless if my percentage ended up being really low or just like maybe like 50-50. I was gonna continue to be proud of me, of my native ancestry, of my ancestors. I was continue to do what I could to trace my lineage, to hopefully I can find out specifically what tribe I'm from, and I could learn the language, I could learn the culture, and carry that on, right? Um, because my ancestors didn't die for nothing. Um, so that's the case. Um, and I'm probably gonna make new videos of like, because like in the DNA, like it goes specifically, it gives like timelines, and I don't think anyone wants to sit through like a super long video, because I know I don't like sitting through super long videos. I like to keep it at like 10 to 15 minutes, right? Anything longer than that kind of becomes a little bit annoying. So I'll try to make this short. But yeah, I'm incredibly happy. I'm gonna make more videos exploring it. Um, and I hope you're interested enough to watch those. But something I want to say to anyone with native ancestry is, like I said before, blood quantum is one thing. I'm lucky enough to have a huge percentage of my blood being DNA, but it's not the only defining factor. As I've said before, as I wanted to emphasize, I want to finish off right by kind of saying this to my native peoples, right? Whatever native DNA you might have, right? I want you to understand this, and then to ask yourself a question based on that. Our ancestors, they had to go through genocide. They had to endure rape, murder, continuous efforts to erase them from this world, to diminish their existence. And yet they were able to survive, to endure with various consequences, unfortunately, but they were able to endure. They were able to survive so that so that you, so that we could continue to live to this day. So what are you going to do about it?